Okay, so before we get back to the game, we have our vignettes. So Chris Stand, Indet, and Val. So Indet and Val, you have both come back from your shifts, taking care of the you've both come back from your trash collector shift. So you like work the farm during the day and then go do trash collecting after, because of this additional imperial tax that's been levied on everyone. Kristan, you've been in charge of Gia, your annoying 3-year-old sister, for like 4 hours. It's been nonstop nonsense from your point of view. Indet and Val, you've come home, you worked all day at the farm, and now you worked at the trash collectors. You're absolutely exhausted. The two of you are in the kind of kitchen area working on meal prep, while Kristan, you're still trying to deal with Gia, but you can kind of overhear what's happening in the kitchen. So Indet and Val, you've had this exhausting day. This is your first day kind of doing the double shift thing to pay for the extra taxes. You are in the kitchen working on meal prep.
Oh my gosh. Are we gonna have to do this every day?
I don't think that I can. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. I just wanted to see who I was. I would have Val as the wife if I was just making arbitrary decisions. I don't know if we can continue doing this, but I don't know what other option we have.
I mean, yeah,
it's checked in with
the only
Kristen
thing
to make sure that everything went okay.
You guys have not checked in with Chris Stand, actually. You just kind of like trudged through the main room to the kitchen. You're just like on task.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll check on that once dinner is ready. So we're gonna, or at least I'm going to continue making dinner and making small talk with Indet.
Yeah, and Indet's just gonna be like, well, yeah, I mean, until we can find something better to cover the difference, this is definitely, and this will get the job done. It's gonna be tiring, but it should be enough to cover the tax. So.
I don't know that it actually is, Indet. I think that we're going to have to really tighten our belts next month, next cycle.
It's ridiculous. This extra tax for no reason.
I kind of look around, like make sure that there's no one who could be overhearing that.
As far as you guys know, you're like normal, farmers. You got your bulk of greens. Nobody cares, basically, as far as you know.
I don't know how they expect us to make ends meet. Nobody's getting any of our food if we can't survive to grow it. So
yes, it's almost like the Empire doesn't really consider the full ramifications of its actions.
Imagine that, such a bureaucracy ignoring what might happen by their decisions from planets away. Shocking.
Well, we'll have to do what we can. There's not really any alternative. At least we still have each other and our lovely family.
I agree. We can make it work. We're gonna make it work. Like it, I don't know how, but we're gonna make it work.
Kristan, Gia is like saw your parents cross into the kitchen, went back to her play, and now she's like, Mama, Daddy, and she's like making a beeline for the kitchen.
Nope. Grown up talk.
Yeah, you're here. You're over here. All of this. Yeah.
And then suddenly I am Jungle Jim again.
And then,
damn it.
And
tree trunk.
Yeah, tree shrug.
And that will look, hearing a bit of commotion over in the other room, we'll look over to Val and be like, you think Kristan's gonna be okay taking care?
He'll have to be. And he's always been reliable so far.
And he'll have to grow up fast. So it's just the way it is around here.
You guys finish dinner prep and kind of move on in. Kristen, you manage to distract Gia, and we're kind of playing with her. You see your parents kind of put, the meager dinner on the table. Everyone kind of bellies up to the table. Gia just like no rules, just like starts diving right in. And is very quickly done with her meal. It's almost like 3 spoonfuls basically. And then she looks up and she's like, more?
I portion off a small bit of my food and put it onto her plate.
And
Kristen?
I see that, and I do a little the same.
I
And I'll
put my hand
I'll-
on his and stop. No, we'll be fine. You eat your
Okay.
food, Kristen.
All
Did
right.
everything go all right today?
Oh, she's alive. It's fine. She never stops with the questions or climbing on things or trying to find things to put her fingers into. I mean, honestly, it's almost like the 3-year-old doesn't consider the full ramifications of her actions.
I just give a glance over at Val and be like, just a knowing glance, like, oh, that he heard that whole conversation clear, like.
Yeah, almost parroting back what you guys had said.
Yep. Yep.
Kristen, I really appreciate you doing such a good job taking care of your little sister. You know not to repeat anything that you hear mom and dad say, right?
I couldn't if I wanted to. I can only get my words in edgewise in this house. Everybody else is talking all the time out there, and talking to others is scary.
That's not an inaccurate assessment of the overall state of the world.
Yeah. Just make sure that what's said inside the house here remains inside the house here.
Okay. I mean,
I had food at the trash collectors, so I am actually more than full. Kristen, do you need some more?
okay. And a little
I
more.
portion out the remainder of my food between Gian and Kristen.
Cool. So Kristen learns important lessons about discretion and unfairness and a little bit of sacrifice. Fantastic. Thank you. That was I love that you took that line, Ben, and just parroted it back like, oh my god, that's exactly what 7-year-olds do.
It's almost like he's interacted with 7-year-olds before.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Uh,
Little
Kids are
pitchers
like
have
such
big
little
ears.
sponges. They absorb anything you say around them, and they will 100% repeat it back at the worst possible time. You insulted someone behind their back, they're gonna say it to their face and attribute it to you if you're unlucky.
Okay, next scene. Kugartan and Juntil, you guys are just having your kind of regular it's before happy hour. The kind of factories and stuff on Condor haven't let out. The bar is pretty empty. And you guys are just kind of chit-chatting, sharing your kind of latest gossip. There is a man in the corner of the bar whom Kugartan, even though you're pretty good at being a bartender, you don't really remember him coming in. But he looks like he's been drinking already, and you don't remember serving him. He's kind of passed out on the table, and you see him lift his head up. Troy, you kind of come to consciousness looking around. Bars are relatively universal, so you're able to identify what kind of establishment you're in.
all right. I open my eyes and immediately go for my remaining hard caliber.
Yeah, you go for it, and there's nothing on your hip.
I look around. Brian?
You see some kind of monster that is at the bar along with a human. They're both looking across the room at you. What's your guys' expression, Garten Gentile?
If he doesn't know what I am, probably utterly indiscernible,
Yeah.
given my physiology.
While I'm used-ish to this when we're drinking, and so when I notice the strange face, I just sort of make a cheers gesture and continue drinking my drink.
What I want to use Monsters of Thin Holland to see if I can identify what the hell Kugataran is. Ah! It has balls for a chin. It's awful.
It also speaks in this weirdly kind of burbly voice.
Of course it does.
It's discernible, but it has this weird kind of like it's gargling as it speaks.
Of
Okay.
course.
I look down at myself. I am not inexperienced with waking up in brand new worlds, and
Yep.
sometimes that involves some sort of physiological change or change in what I'm wearing. Am I back in like medical garb again?
No. So, a check in the plus column for that. You've got on a kind of long coat, leather vest. It looks actually a lot like your usual traveling garb, but you don't have your bucka, you don't have your hard calibers.
I reach for the weave. Do I have magic?
You do not feel any connection there.
Okay. I feel the scar on my forehead where I had the cranial implant. Is that still there?
It is not.
Well, that's another check in the plus column. My cortex bomb is gone. That calls for a drink.
Kugart and Gentile, you guys hear this person talking, and initially it's gibberish, but then eventually it resolves into basic. Troy, I don't know if you realize this phenomena happening as you're talking, but
I've had it happen before, actually, so yes.
Okay. Your language pattern changes to a totally different language, but it suddenly makes sense to you. Kugart and Gentile, you're kind of looking across the bar. The three of you are the only ones in the bar this time.
Gentlemen, do you understand me?
A bit. A bit.
Is
Do
this
you?
is this
Yeah,
the tower? This is not the tower, judging from your expression.
This is my bar. Where did I didn't see you walk in? When did you get here?
Not 100% sure. Not too long ago. Where? I hate stories that start this way, but where am I and what year is it?
I tell him he's on Condor. I give him the just the standard like intergalactic coordinates, and I give him the dates on Condor related to the season, and the I'm not sure if I don't recall if Star Wars has star dates the way that that Star Trek does. I don't know if there's a common just across the galaxy.
Yeah, there's a standard galactic timekeeping mechanism.
Okay, that's okay. So I just give the basic information that I
cut him off after it becomes apparent that this is not a date system that I'm super familiar with. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Condor? Where or what is Condor? Is this a city?
We're in
a country?
Like we're in the Uralium system.
And so I'm
Surely,
making a little tiny back of the napkin star chart with
Oh.
a big arrow that says you are here.
are
Cool.
you?
I
You
picked
wouldn't
this
by
up
chance
and
still
look at
happen
it.
to be intoxicated, would you?
Um,
Surely you know basics like the system we're in. Like, how did you get on planet if you don't even know the system we're in? Are you all together here, my friend?
And Juntil
Not-
reaches into his pack, pulls out a pamphlet that says, "So you've had head trauma."
I will go ahead
Here you
and
go.
take that.
I love that Jill just is walking around with these pamphlets. Like, what does that say?
You know,
about being a spice trader in this world.
It's an active lifestyle. It's an active lifestyle, and you've got to be prepared for all kinds of things.
Troy, go ahead and give me sorry, I need give me a skill check to interpret this map that Juntil has drawn for you.
Okay, let's see what would be appropriate there. Insight, survival, or flat intelligence. Those are really kind of
Okay, yeah, cool. Survival would make some sense.
see. Ooh,
Because you have a specialty in the worst places.
I do. Survival, the worst places.
Outstanding.
Oh, not quite. I got a 30, and I only have a 19 there.
Cool. Do you want to push it?
No, my head hurts, and I don't think I'm going to convince these people that I'm from around these parts.
Fair. You're
Oh,
looking at the map and you're not really able to suss out what it's describing.
Is he like holding the map upside down or like?
What is this, and this? Are these other cities? Are these islands? Are we in an ocean? You
Oh,
said
these are-
system, and that doesn't.
these
mean-
are
the regional
planets.
Yeah, those
These
are the
are
regional
planets.
planets here in the Uralian system.
These are habitable moons. Those are the small ones. You're on this planet.
Stay away from that planet.
You
And
spies.
the two of you
Nice.
have no idea how I ended up here. I just appeared at your bar.
I mean, we were, having a chat, and I looked over, and you were just kind of passed out on the table. I didn't see you walk in, so
All right,
yeah, I figured you'd tell me how you got here. That's usually how
I'll
that
do my
works.
best. But first, and very importantly, have you seen a young man? He's perhaps 6 inches shorter than me, black hair, dressed. Well, it probably doesn't matter. And Eric, I'm describing Brian.
Yeah, you guys, nobody's come in or out of the bar in the past like half hour.
What
We're the
about
only ones here.
if I described a 11-foot tall humanoid with crimson skin, a crown, and power armor? Has he been around?
I would ask you
11
to ask what you mean by power armor, but I don't think I need to because the answer is no.
All right, another
just off the
check in
physical
the,
description, the
another
answer is
check in the
no.
plus column. Have I been drinking here? Do I owe you money? Do I have money? I start feeling around in my pockets to see what I have.
Cool. You start feeling around in the pockets. You don't find any money. You do find that there's something hard in your left pocket, and you're kind of sussing it out. It seems like it's a square or a rectangle of something metallic about 4 inches long by 3 inches wide.
I go ahead and pull it out.
Cool. You'll pull it out. It looks like a bar of metal. It's not exactly gold. It's some kind of alloy of gold. It looks like it's probably valuable.
Is this local currency?
What is this that he's got here?
Yeah, you guys look at it. This is a good amount of currency that he's got on him. This is basically like a month's wages is the amount that this is.
Is there a hitching post or parking lot where I might find the horse or motorcycle that I had when I Game?
You,
Uh,
it's the what? Huh? The what now? What? How
Place
about
for
instead of
transportation.
using names,
Where, when
you're-
people,
okay,
when people come to your
that's-
bar, where do they park?
The spaceport?
the spaceport?
Good
They-
God.
Oh, wait, hang on. A couple things.
Do you mean their
One-
speeder or their ship they got on planet with? Because
I
speeders, we
don't
don't really have a lot of
know.
room for speeders around here.
Kook, get him a light medicinal draft. Put it on my tab. Maybe a little extra
Here,
headache powder for it.
yeah, I'll do
And,
that. And I'll
and you're
also
really
that,
gonna
that
want to
bar
read
you
that
got
pamphlet.
there. That bar there, that's worth some currency here. Let me give it to you in something you can actually spend. And I'm gonna bring out like actual local currency that he can spend. I'm gonna do a favorable exchange rate for myself, obviously,
Right.
but
Awesome.
I'm gonna give him like a reasonable amount of like actually spendable currency
Cool.
if he's willing to trade it.
I appreciate that, friend. Let me get my bearings before I begin spending what appears to be the only money. It is money, apparently, that I have.
Yeah, it's money.
I mean, it's
I put
worth
it back in my
it's worth-
pocket, and
worth
I'm
money.
giving like, what else do I have?
That's it. Clothes and that bar.
I'm going to check myself for the wounds that I know that I suffered, at least in my head, less than 15 minutes ago.
No, you're golden. You're except for being confused, your body is all a-okay. It's not exploded, which is,
Really
we
weird.
were expecting.
Mir, is there? I apologize for all of this, and I will make it worth your while, my interesting new friends. Is there a mirror somewhere?
On the other end of the bar, like every other bar in the
Right.
galaxy.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to the mirror, open my coat, actually slip my coat off, and just like look at myself. Am I still me this time?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Any signs of injury?
There are some of your older injuries, but nothing since the medical clinic.
Whew. Okay. Am I clean shaven? Like,
Um,
my beard trimmed? Am I? It look like I've been sleeping in a dumpster for an extended
I
period of
would
time.
say your level of shavenness is what Troy would expect it to be.
Okay, that would be a little bit on the scruffy side then.
Yep.
One more question for the two of you. Was there an explosion or an earthquake or any other unsettlement of the environs in the last recent?
I mean, define recent. If by recent you mean since you've been around here, no. If recent you mean like this week, yeah, of course.
What happened this week?
I mean, there was a brawl down at the bar, like 2 streets over. Somebody blew the door off. Like, I mean, that was an explosion. But I mean, I don't
I'm
think
thinking
that's what
more
you're
of
talking
like
about.
the sky collapsing or anything along those lines.
Are you okay, man? You
No.
seem
No, I have no idea how I got here. I should be,
No,
it doesn't matter.
Sky collapsing. We're not far from the spice runs, but we're far enough from the spice runs that we don't have to worry about any space fracking and the resulting collapsing of
Right. No, that's very
pockets of the
good.
atmosphere.
And I suspect that this question is going to be a mite irritating to you, but could you please explain spice run and space fracking in
Okay.
small words?
Okay,
So-
we'll cut there. So Troy and Kungarten and Gentil have a lengthy conversation, and eventually they help him orient to this new world, help him transition the money that he has into something spendable, and Troy starts to make sense of his reality and rapidly finds some death sticks.
Yay.
Do I have a ship at this point, or is that later on?
No, that's later.
Okay, got it. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Also, just because it didn't come out, the one bit of gossip I have is some idiot smuggler has tipped off all of the Empire, and they're scouring the spice runs for him. Some drunk off planet told me that that he made the run out with the Hutt's spices in like 12 parsecs, which is total bullshit. And
Got it.
nobody believes that. He must have stolen something else.
Yeah,
Nice.
my bit was that the Empire's all up in a huff about finding this one random ship. Like, what a waste of time. Like, it's one little tiny ship.
One Carillion freighter.
And for my part, I'm not sure if these two characters will ever be relevant again, but during the course of our conversation, it will almost undoubtedly become apparent that, as far as I can tell, I died bombing something and woke up here.
I knew it. You're the one who set off the bomb in Vegas, aren't you?
Nope. Not as far as I
No,
know.
something different.
No,
Fascinating.
no. I bombed reality.
Oh, that kind of
Yeah.
even better. Even better.
Somebody else bombed Nick Andros's closet.
Yep, that's a leftover from our 8-year campaign, I think.
But, yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. Thanks for those
Fascinating.
vignettes. Ran a little bit long, but we're having fun.
Yep.
So
That
that's
was
great.
good. Those were great.
Yeah.
I loved Troy's just utter confusion.
I also
and
love
I-
that he's like, "Oh, I've been here before," like
Yeah.
There
I
has
was-
been a lot of worlds that Troy has woken up in and been like, oh, this is even worse than the last place.
Oh man.
Now this one turns out to be pretty good, but
Yeah, no, I made
nonetheless.
friends like right away. This
Hey,
is
you woke up in a bar of all places.
Yeah, not bad.
I was
um,
amused to hand you the So You've Had Head Trauma pamphlet.
that was beautiful.
Here,
And I really
here's what
appreciate
you
it.
can do. Count
Amazing.
your digits.
Cool. So who can recap our last game?
We made it to the Imperial prison.
Yeah.
I blew my cover and made it clear to, well, both of these two anyway, that I have force powers. Kristen, I think you took it humble and we're falling off the mountain as we're like making our way from our landing spot to the entrance. And I snapped out a hand and basically levitated you back up. At which point Varlo was like, "Whoa, man, what is that? What's going on? And don't ever do that again." So apparently that's not a cool thing. We did make it inside. And Sam, I'm going to turn over to you for what happened.
Yeah,
inside.
I got plenty of notes here. So we got inside. We noticed like there's barely any. There's very few stormtroopers out and about. Like it's not very well guarded. The ones who are there are in like really beat up, ratty looking armor. Like nobody's taking care of their stuff. Half of it doesn't look like it fits. Like physical security is clearly like no priority around here. But we get in, they take us over to like a back room. We make our little exchange. Troy really hits it off with the guy we're making our exchange with in a certain kind of way.
That's right.
And,
Yeah.
I forget how that happened, but that was great. That guy's very interested in Troy. But on the way out, I believe it was Kristan was like, "Hey, can I use the facility?"
Yep.
And so we like went off to the bathroom. Turns out we got really lucky that the bathroom was like empty except for us. And like, yeah, we got really lucky and got to take a quick look around. But as we were leaving, another ship arrived that clearly they were not expecting, and I believe it was like an officer came out, and we're like, what? It was an engineer, and they start like rushing us out the door. Like they don't know what's going on. They don't know why this guy showed up, but they definitely don't want us here when he gets here. And Troy,
read that guy's mind.
yeah. You want to jump in there, Ken?
Yep.
God,
So
yeah,
that
like-
the engine
Like
oh,
rolled
sorry.
super insane.
It was like a
too.
crit success
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
on the force power.
Goddamn nonsense.
It was awesome. So the science engineer is Turlan Orego. And what I got from him specifically, he's responsible for development of the internal structure of this, what they're building. And what they are building is some sort of large superstation structure. That was the extent of what the engineer knew.
Yeah, that we know that it will need whatever the thing they're building will need to be able to go into hyperspace. And so this internal structure was to like keep it together when it goes into hyperspace. So it's basically building like struts. It's one facility of many. It is not like a uniquely special facility, which is why it's not super guarded. Because like, oh no, this one isn't here anymore. Well. And also we kind of realized like, oh, it might be like a little bit of like a honeypot. Like it's really easy. If you wanted to break in, it's not that hard. But if you did, they would be like, oh, where'd this come from? And trace you back. Like they'd use it as a point to trace back from and try and find out who did it. But I believe we decided to go back to where we started. Like we left without having actually gotten eyes on our target.
We got enough information that I think that we can now go back to our
Yes.
contact and at least
Yeah, we went back to our contact and I think we did go back and discuss with him briefly, but we were basically getting did we decide to get some kind of robot like spy
You have an Imperial camera droid.
Yeah, think like the
Yep.
little probe droid that Darth Maul sends out that like flies around and takes pictures.
That's right. That was an extreme success from Christand that got
Yeah,
us that.
Christand was going to try to disguise it as like a normal, ordinary like thing that should be there, so that when we go back, it can go in and get some pictures of what we need to get pictures of, and people aren't going to like look funny at it.
And I
But
think
we
that
were planning on heading back.
Yeah, we ended up with enough. We made a good enough impression on the guy that I was flirting with that we have a reason to go back if we can get more drugs.
Yep. And yeah, I think that you guys are also going to report back to Ani,
Yes,
but have not done so yet.
that is where I recollect us leaving off, because we haven't completed the mission, but we've gotten enough important intelligence that we definitely want to deliver it to her in case when we go back to try and complete the mission, that's the end of things.
Cool. Great. So you guys go back to I don't know if I've told you the name of this little moon where you keep rendezvousing. It's Heshesh.
You put that in chat.
So you head back to Hesha. So you've been back at Heshesh actually, because this is where you found like the material for the camera droid that Kristen has been working on, and some of the other intelligence that you've been working on. Ultimately, you decide that you need/want to meet with Ani. Varlo, you have a drop sort of mechanism for communicating with Ani, like it's like a dead drop sort of thing. Like you put a signal here and that means that she is going to meet you in such and such bar. Yeah, so you guys can set up a meet with her, no problem, if you're all three gonna go.
Yep.
Sorry, my cat is going wild.
Cool. Great. So you guys head to the Silmar, which is the bar that Ani usually meets you at.
You said the
And-
Silmar.
Silmar, yes. And you arrive, you don't looking around, you don't see Ani, and this is pretty typical, Varlo. Your experience with her is like you arrive first, then she kind of comes to meet you all.
Yeah.
So you guys head in. Bar is, reasonably busy, but not super packed. There's still plenty of places to sit. You grab a spot. What kind of vibe are you guys giving off as you're kind of chilling in the bar here?
Varlo is aiming for blend in with the locals.
Cool. I mean, that's his shtick, so yeah.
I mean, I have a hard time not feeling like or seeming like an outsider basically everywhere that I go. So I would imagine that's still my general vibe. Ain't
Okay.
from around these parts. But
Cool.
I'm not looking particularly nervous or hostile or concerned. Just
Okay.
And Kristen is wearing his patented uncomfortable in public.
What an interesting collection of people.
Yeah, seeing how uncomfortable these folks seem to be, can Varlo make it try to make it appear like maybe since we're sitting together, I'm assuming that he is maybe the local person who is like hosting these folks who
Oh,
like,
I see. Sure. Yeah.
like
Cool.
welcoming in friends from out of town or something. Like
Yeah,
that's why
no,
these
that sounds
people clearly look so
great.
weird
Give
and
me
out
a
of
give me
place.
a check that you want for this, like deception, persuasion, whatever you think. Disguise.
Sure, we will go with let's see. Do I have I'm trying to look at we'll go with let's see, I've got not great persuasion, worse disguise, and I don't see deception on here, so I'll go with persuasion.
Cool.
Oh, that's that's an 11.
Ooh, damn.
So that hits my hard success
It
on my
sure
30
does.
persuasion.
nice.
Damn. Cool. So yeah, you cover for these guys. Yeah, you're like hosting them. You know a couple of regulars, like just casual acquaintance kind of ways, Varlo. You kind of go over to their table, chit chat with them. So you smooth over everything. Nobody notices anything abnormal that they might report back to whomever. We don't know who they might report back to, but nobody notices anything.
Good.
About 10 minutes after your planned arrival time, Ani comes in, looking elegant and sleek and beautiful as always. She kind of scans the room, gives you a little bit of a smile, slides over to your table.
I stand when she approaches. I'm not sure if that's typical manners, probably not, but it's absolutely what I do.
All right.
Ma'am.
Troy. I'm Troy. Looking weird. She gives you just the slightest glance over as she's making a beeline for Varlo. She kind of bends over Varlo, gives you a little kiss and a smile, and then joins you at the table. Yeah, she looks warmly at all of you. The server comes over, she gives them a tip, and they look like they kind of run interference between your table and the nearby tables. So it's look like they're deliberately distracting all of the other tables around you so that you have a little bubble of privacy. She looks over at you, Varlo, and says, "It's so good to see you, Varlo. I'm so glad you're doing well. How are things with the finding out what's going on?"
Oh, it's going well. We had a lovely trip. And Varlo's going to kind of speak sort of coded, like he's going to like act like he's basically going to act like he's talking about like going to visit family or something, but he's like, "Oh, we couldn't see my uncle, but we're hoping to get him next time." Like that kind of like
what do you want to roll for
language?
this? Stealth, maybe?
Sure. Stealth sounds good.
Cool.
Oh, stay on the table. Oh yeah, that's regular success. Yeah, regular success.
Cool. Great. So you communicate all this in a way that Kristan and Troy are able to follow and kind of chime in. Kristan and Troy, are you guys contributing to this report, or what's your kind of relationship here?
I will also note that I'm distinctly leaving out any of the force power, anything. I'm not
Cool.
I'm not even
Okay.
gonna try and allude to that. I don't
Got
want
it.
that known at all.
Got it.
Yeah, I will fill in any blanks that, I have additional insight or thoughts on. But I'm also not really volunteering much above and beyond what Varlo is sharing, assuming that he's getting the most of the point across.
Do you tell them about Turlana Rego's surprise visit?
Yes.
Cool.
And
Yeah, I'm also like weirdly not explaining how whatever we are sharing about him, how we know any of that, because like obviously I can't explain that rationally.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah.
and Kristan is sort of nodding along, little one-word answers. And if he's ever pressed on like the technical details, it becomes a hyper complicated bit of jargony word vomit that continues until somebody's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's great."
I will cut Kristan off about 10 seconds into any such word vomit.
Cool. Go ahead and give me a what do I want for this, Kristan? Do you have any social? Yeah,
There's
give me
not
persuasion.
really a lot of social
Persuasion?
skills. If I could make a recommendation, a lot of the stuff I think native language might be not a terrible default for, or just a flat because we don't even have charisma, do we?
Nope.
Got appearance.
I mean, appearance is sort
Yeah,
of
appearance.
charisma.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm rolling persuade.
Yep.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So my I rolled an 11. My persuade skill is 14 for a regular success, and so I made a regular success on persuasion.
Insane.
So I guess it sounds like I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was trying to get at like how awkward this is, even with Troy's interruptions, etc. But more importantly, how much actual information you're able to communicate, right? Because the information that you have is valuable to certain people, and Ani is probably one of those people.
Well, and maybe this is like the one thing that Kristan can talk, like technical stuff he can
Yep.
talk about until no one can listen anymore, and everything he has to say is valuable.
Right.
It's just not always super clear exactly what's being conveyed and how it's relevant to the original question.
Yeah.
Instruction might also be something to consider as a viable skill for doing something like this.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so you guys give your whole report to Ani. She's listening throughout. The waiter is distracting other people around you. She's attentive, she's nodding, she's asking incisive questions. And so finally you finish everything and she says, okay, so have you got eyes on the thing? Do we know what the size of it is, what the structure of it is, what it looks like, anything like that?
Only the details that we've shared so far, man.
But I have some actual image files from a couple of sessions ago that I was able to write, because there was something I was able to actually.
No, because we didn't actually know that this was basically the internal structure for a star station until reading the engineer's mind. Like we were, I at least was operating under the assumption that it was like another Death Star sort of super weapon, and it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be some sort of ship.
Well, it may be the actual freight that I have. So I know I've got files of something. It may be the component pieces. I think that's it. Yeah, and so I can pass along the component pieces.
Right.
I don't know what it all is when it's all put together, but here are the pieces.
Okay, cool. That's right. But yeah, you guys don't know what it is when it's assembled. So Ani says, okay, well,
wait, we do know what it is. specifically, we know that sorry, looking at my notes.
I'm sorry, you know what it is, but you haven't laid eyes on it
Right,
or
okay.
taken images of it,
Do we
which
know
is
if it's,
explicitly what Ani needs slash has
Yeah.
requested.
But
do we
I
know
would
if they're
like to-
assembling it there? Or were
They
they
were
shipping it off
assembling
to
it
be
there,
assembled
yes.
elsewhere? Okay.
Well, wait, no, they're assembling parts of it there, right? Like the internal
Yeah,
support
yeah.
structure.
They're
But
assembling
my
the parts that
understanding
they're
was this
making there
was-
and then shipping.
This is going to be outsourced to like numerous different locations. Did I get that
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah, so there's a redundancy built in. So if this place shuts down, somebody else is also making these parts.
Ah, okay.
But again, like you know what they're for. You know what their component pieces are, but you don't know what the thing looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, and
And
we have,
I
once we
understand that's
see it,
what
we can get
we're-
a better idea of the structure and the size of it, I guess, as well.
Exactly.
Like the scale.
I would like to dig a little bit deeper with Ani though, on very specifically, like what does she, what's the purpose of this information? Is she looking for ways to destroy this thing? Is she looking for like what will looking at it and providing a picture provide her, that providing a description of, hey, it's a giant space station does not? And that's not to argue with her, it's to understand what information she needs. And to know that, I think we kind of need to know why.
Well, Troy, it's a good question, and I've got to get a sense of the size of the things. I understand that you've tracked down the component parts. I also understand you've tracked down some of the financing involved with this, but we've talked already a little bit, Christand, about figuring out more about the financing of it. If I know exactly what the thing being produced is, there's two things we can do with that, and I hope to have you help me with these subsequent steps. So the first thing is that we'll have a sense of the scope of the project, which we've already got a bit of with the financing, but again, realize that the empire is not always transparent with how it's moving its money. So getting us a sense of the scope of the project would be tremendously helpful in terms of how we need to talk to financiers and who we need to talk to next. And then the other thing that would be useful is knowing exactly what these objects are and maybe how they fit together in terms of what the overall outcome is. Because I understand that you've told me what you've told me and the functionality of the thing, but that doesn't tell me about the physical construction of it. So
Or what they're eventually going to precisely use it for. I understand.
Precisely.
I'm going to use sense. I'm going to spend 4 points in order to probe for not just surface thoughts. All that I want to know is if she is lying to us about her motives, basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think this is a roll.
Yep.
Sense. Okay.
That would be a 44. Hang on, because it's 4 points and a regular success for this. And I have, yep, that succeeds.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you get the sense that she's being as authentic with you guys as she possibly can.
Yep, and that's really all that I was looking for there was, hey, is this a trap? Is she trying to like send us back to get us killed?
Oh, gotcha. No, she it's actually ironic. I will give you that, like, for all the information that you have gotten, it's almost useless to her. Like, what she actually needs is the one thing that you haven't given her. And reading these impressions, it's because she needs to communicate that information, like what this actual part is, to other people that care about that more than all of the other information that you've gotten.
Interesting. Okay. So we need to go back and actually see the construction.
And ideally get an image of it.
Yeah. We do have plans to return. We will be back shortly. We just need to make a few more preparations.
Well, that's delightful to hear, darling. I'm so glad. I want you to make sure that you stay safe. You have the secure communicators that I gave to you. Hopefully that helps. And do be careful. I understand that Narconia 5 is, a remote location, probably not monitored by the Empire very stringently. But any interaction with the Empire can be perilous.
Is there any way that you could perhaps find out what that Imperial ship that unexpectedly arrived was doing?
I can certainly try, Troy. I understand that the Empire periodically does routine visits on all of its facilities, so that's what I suspect happened. But I can certainly put out some feelers to get some more details about what that might have been.
Thank you.
So you all able to? Do you think that you are able to safely go back to Narconia 5 and pursue this line of inquiry? If you feel it's endangering you, I can put another team on it.
We can certainly
I
return. It's
think
just
we-
a matter of getting what we need to grant our comfortable access once again. We have established connections there, so once we're there, I don't foresee an issue. It's getting us in the door that's the main hurdle at the moment.
I understand. Is there anything else that I could help you with? Is there any way that I can make this easier for you? I understand this is a challenging prospect for all of you.
Is there anything else that we really need, guys?
Is my only wonder is like maybe she has some local hookups that could get Troy some more drugs to
Oh, yeah.
to do that. So yeah, that was my only thought, is like maybe she knows someone who we could get more stuff to get us back on planet. So Varlo will bring that up in the most he will bring that up in euphemistic terms to not be impolite, but he's basically asking her for like drug connections.
Okay, cool. So she kind of listens to this. She says, well, I don't know that I can necessarily get you drugs per se, but are you asking if there's something valuable that they would think that they would want for smuggling purposes for your cover?
Yes, that is exactly what we need.
I mean, there's all kinds of things that fit that description. And the one that comes to mind that I have relatively ready access to would be some particularly flavorful spices for food. The Empire is not particularly well known for their meal kits that they distribute to their soldiers. So often spices are quite highly in demand, and they'd be much easier to get than illicit drugs.
All right, so that's a starting point. I can contact my new friend and see if there is a market for that.
I would be surprised if there
Actually,
wasn't.
Let me ask a clarifying question for you as the gamekeeper. Can I contact my new friend? Like, do we?
So yeah, you guys have the connection that you set up. That Christan figured out how to like interact with their covert funds account, basically.
And that's Gilem Urba, is that right?
Exactly. Yep.
And is that also the guy that I
Yes.
impressed? Okay, cool.
Yeah, the guy, basically the officer in charge of bribery for what or smuggling, like getting them the shit that they need that the Empire doesn't give them, is basically what you've interpreted this as. So yeah, you are able to get in messages back and forth because that's how you set up the death sticks deal.
Right. I just want to make sure that I can directly communicate with the guy that I now have something of a starter relationship with.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Let's think this through though, because so this gives us a reason to go back to the colony, but it doesn't solve our original problem of actually getting deeper in and eyes on, unless we're going to rely on Kristan's droid. Release that into the ventilation shafts, or I believe that was our plan, right? Release it into the ventilation shafts.
Mm-hmm.
Is that likely to be sufficient?
As long as I can see the screen and tell the
Well,
droid
and
what
as long
to-
as the ventilation shaft connects to wherever it is that this thing is being built, and that we can figure out where this thing is being built, which these are questions that I think my casual flirting is not going to get me answers to.
We did basically get the idea that like they would probably be down, like the security is lax enough that they would probably, like if we were like, hey, can we like tour the facility, that he would probably do that. Like,
Right. We still also have the issue of needing to actually get a recorded image, which if we can get the droid to it, then obviously there's a camera there, but otherwise I'm not real keen on the idea of click, click, click on our tour. I glance over kind of meaningfully at Kristan's weird ass electronic eyes. I don't suppose
Yes. Yes.
do they take pictures, Kristan?
I mean, that sounds reasonable. Can I take pictures?
I'd say if you want to spend one of your 3 like force power type things on that you could. But otherwise they're just eye replicas. Because there were no mechanics attached to it.
Okay, I haven't spent on any force power type stuff.
Right.
So how about instead of picture, they can collect short bursts of like video to be reshown as hollow a la 4.
Cool. I mean, if you want to use that for one of your force powers, like I'm cool doing full Shadowrun cyber eyes on them, like thermographic, low light, recording, like whatever you want.
Do that shit.
yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
All right.
Cool. And then I can't remember what we start those at. I guess, it's going to be a fraction of the
Power.
attribute. Yeah,
Yeah, the
power.
POW. No.
Okay.
So I think
Although I will note, Eric, that at least based on my force powers, you've allowed some that don't really require specific roles, like fast reflexes that just whatever my percentage is adding to my dex for initiative purposes.
yeah. So 1/5 of the associated power. So yeah, Kristan's POW is 65. Yep.
We're starting out at 13. And does that mean he needs to make a roll just to like activate recording?
No,
or...
that would be for like exceptional uses of the thing.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
But
Yeah, I
just
was
for
wondering how that would work.
routine, and I don't know if you guys have a clear conception of this, but for me, for Shadowrun Cyber Eyes, like there's a whole suite of stuff that comes with them.
Yeah, it's like a smartphone in your eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that sounds very, very handy.
All right. So 13 is the
Yep.
Okay, got it.
And again, that can be improved, so you might want to push, so like using like magnification or like those kinds of things might be a role to do those.
Okay.
Because those are things that you might get better at, right? or distinguishing silhouettes with your thermographic, or, you know, like how many individuals there are. Like detail would be a role, but just basic function is not.
Could I attempt to like do a while we're at the table, just sort of cup into my hand and replay any just random shit I saw but didn't take note of, and say, stop me if any of this is useful.
I think I'm gonna say that you need to actually intentionally record it,
Okay.
because it's not
Got
an
it. Okay.
infinite amount
Sure.
of storage, basically, because you don't have like a cerebral, it's not quite Shadowrun, like you don't have a data jack sort of thing, or a
Mhm.
memory link, yada yada. So it's just like it's short bursts that you can record.
Gotcha.
Approximately how much recording time?
I think I'd say a minute of video or equivalent still images, which is a ton of still images.
Got it. Okay,
All
cool.
right.
Again, without a roll, right? So if you
Yeah.
wanted
Right.
to push it, you like do some compression nonsense. Kristan is good with computers. Then that would be a roll for that. But just basics would be about a minute.
Now, do I have, as part of these, any kind of way to connect and electronically transmit?
Ooh,
Yeah, how do we get this out of his
that's
head?
a really good question. I think you tell me, but what I think would be fun for that is you've actually got to like, yeah, pop it out and put it in. Yeah, because you don't have a cyberjack or anything like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of the like trick where you
Like-
like pop the eyeball
Like
out.
Bill
Yeah.
and Ted's Bogus Journey. It's just, wow.
Yes, absolutely. I love it.
While we're doing all of this nonsense, can Varlo just kind of scan get a kind of impression of the room of like, is anyone paying us any undue attention?
Yeah, for sure. Perception.
Sure. That's standard success.
Cool. You're scanning the room. You do spot actually, yeah, you spot a table near the door where there's a couple of fellows that look like they're just chit-chatting, having a drink, but they do glance your direction on the regular. But Varla, you know that these are Ani's guys. Like they're the ones that are keeping an eye out for any shenanigans.
Got it.
You've encountered them before, you've met them before. Otherwise, scanning the room, everyone looks like they're doing their thing. Ani's distraction with the serving staff looks like it's being successful. It also seems like you guys have not triggered a sufficient level of heat to cause this moon to be under greater scrutiny. If you had screwed up a lot more things than you had, which you've been exceptionally tight about, I will say, as the GM, you've been exceptionally tight about. If you had not, then there may be some more heat.
Terrified of the Empire.
Yeah, we're like, we cannot be drawing attention. This is not what we need right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So yeah, Ani does your check-in, does like some flirting with Varlo, is like, oh, you know, maybe we should meet up while you're in port. And yeah, you guys get your specific directives. You've got your camera droid. So yeah,
we might not even need that camera droid if we can get a tour of the facility, which it kind of sounds like maybe we can. Just going there and having Kristan get eyes on seems a lot safer than releasing a droid into the ventilation system. I think we should still bring it with.
Yeah, that
But
could be like our fallback plan. Like if we can't get Christan physically in the location he needs to see, then we could potentially try and get the droid there. But that would be like our backup plan. I'm down with that.
shall I contact Galen? Let him
Sure,
know
let's,
that, or should we wait on this for a little while? It might
Yeah,
seem a
dude,
little
we
strange,
literally
like-
just got back, right? Like it's not been very long.
Well, I could contact him and say, hey, I believe I might have a line on something that you may be interested in. Since we seem to have a good connection to begin with, I can give you a bit of a discount on it. But it will take me a little while to get the item in place. Do you need spices?
Yeah. And you could also just be chatting him up, you know, he'd probably be okay with that.
I don't think you want me to rely on my admittedly exceptional good looks and flirtatious capabilities. I lucked out earlier.
As long as we're doing it over non-in-person means, we could always help you out with that. Varlo's basically offering to like
Just
help
like,
you write your
like
text
sit over
messages.
his shoulder and be like, no, don't write that.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. All right, yeah. Let's move this ahead. Let's go ahead and try and get back in contact with Galen.
Cool. Yeah, so there's no question that you can get in touch with Galen and that he is positive. So give me a persuasion check with advantage, with Varlo helping you, just to get an idea of how successful this is, right? It's going to be successful.
Okay, give me a second. With advantage, 25. Ooh, 25. I'm going to go ahead and spend 11 points of luck to
Cool.
make that a normal success.
Okay,
Hey,
amazing.
there we go. Nice.
Dang.
Very nice.
Very cool. Great. So yeah, you get in touch with Gellum. He is down to spice, down to flirt. He is totally all over this. You are yeah, you're in no problem. He even is like, you know, don't even bother landing like around the corner the way that you did before. Like just come on down to the main pad. It'll all be good. So it looks like he's like not even like trying to get you guys in there on the down low.
Riding that success on persuade, can I kind of just start to open a conversation about maybe spending some additional time there getting to know him? I'm not going to talk about, hey, could I have a tour?
Yeah.
But hey, you know, we're going to have a little bit of a downtime. If you think that you're going to have some free time, we could arrange to stay, you know, perhaps overnight. Wink,
Cool.
wink.
Yeah. No, 100%. Totally down with that. Yeah, you guys are welcome to stay. He even offers like, I'll show you around. It'll be
Ooh.
very cool.
Okay, excellent. So I know both of you were reading all of that over my shoulder.
100%. We were 100% reading over your shoulder.
And I imagine especially Varlo is like yelling out like, no, don't say that, and like coaching him the whole time.
Yeah, Varlo's definitely giving you like flirting coaching lessons here as we're
Fantastic.
talking. 'Cause Varlo has
So-
had to cozy up to some people on his covert missions. He knows how to play the game.
And Chris Stan's
Yes,
not picking up any of this. He's like, this UI sucks. You should really switch to the Empire Net mail. I can add a back door, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go into any discussion about backdoors in the context of our current mission. Speaking of which, just so both of you know, this isn't the way that I normally swing. I point that out not because I care about your good opinion of me, although I do, but because I am not going to be able to consummate this little flirtation if it comes to that. So we do need to have an exit strategy. perhaps an emergency communication coming in from afar. Can that be arranged, Christand?
Yes. Yes.
We have
What-
our communicators. We
what
should.
kind-
I say we have a. We need some sort of signal. Like, we don't want to be talking on there explaining things. We need a signal to quickly indicate like things have gone badly and we need to extract ourselves.
I can do that. I need to know what you find distressing, because I find almost all things distressing. And so I can't be the one to trigger this,
You've been
because
to many of the same places that I've been to, I reckon.
Troy,
maybe?
what it sounds like we need for you to establish for us a safe word here that is our exit plan.
Right. That I do have some experience with. We can just go with green, yellow, red. If you hear me say red at all, or crimson, or magenta, or anything along those lines, that will be the word.
And then what do I do? Like, shut down everybody's electricity so we can bug out?
No. Have a prepared emergency communication coming in from off planet, indicating that we need to leave immediately because one of our other business ventures is in dire danger at the moment and it needs to be addressed personally. Does that work?
Yes. Yes.
Arlo? Seem to make sense?
I think that's reasonable. It must be something urgent for us to run off in such a hurry. But I think that's a good idea.
I'm just taking notes on this.
Cool. Okay, so you guys are gonna take the Tranquility to Narkina 5?
Yep.
Yeah, I assume we're able to get whatever spices that we
Yeah,
were
that's no problem.
without any trouble.
Ani hooks you up. You know, very, very simple to get on it's really gray market, you know, it's not even black
Yeah.
market. That's the difference between what you did before and what she's offering. Is like the Death Sticks is like totally black market. If you get caught with this, you're fucked. The Spices is like, no, it's fine.
There's plausible reasons you could have that are not
Right.
illegal.
Exactly. So yeah, you come on in. Per your directions, I mean, you tell me, are you guys going to land on the main landing platform at the colony, the prison colony here, or are you going to still do the around the corner and scramble up the side of the mountain thing?
Before we actually schedule this, we want to follow up with Ani about the Imperial ship that landed here before, to see if she's found out what they were doing.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah. She said she put out her feelers and didn't get anything. It's either sufficiently routine that there was not a note about it, or it's sufficiently secret that she wasn't able to figure anything out.
All right. Would we recognize that ship when we come to land?
I don't
And
think so.
It's any other Imperial
Yeah,
ship.
like Bartleby
what-
doesn't have I mean, I guess you could roll for Bartleby. You could roll like a piloting check or something if you encountered
Yeah, I'll
it.
do a piloting check to see if we happen to track call signs or anything like that.
Only if you encounter it again is my point.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. It would be like just checking off, like, is this the code for this specific ship? Because it was basically an Imperial transport.
Okay.
So are
yeah.
we landing back on the main platform, or are we
Main
landing
platform,
off on the
since that's
side
what we
like
were
the-
told to do.
Cool. Great. You guys come on in, land. You get the kind of same like little security detail comes out, escorts you in to a little audience room. Gellum comes in a few minutes later, gives you a wide smile. He's like, hey, okay, great. You guys got some spices for me, Troy? He kind of sidles up and gives you a little like back rub kind of thing.
I try and stay as relaxed as possible. Indeed, we do. I think you'll really like what we brought this time, Gellum.
I'm so glad to hear it.
I gesture at Kristen, I guess, to open up the case that we're carrying in.
Cool. John looks and he's like, all right, that's great, thanks. Yeah. Hey, you guys, you mentioned you might stay for a while. You gonna hang out with us, just chill for the evening?
If you're amenable to that idea, we would love to stick around.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well,
I-
let me show you around while we're waiting. It's a pretty cool operation, and I'm kind of in charge of some things.
That's very impressive. We would love to get the grand tour if that's not going to be a problem, of course.
No, it's fine. So Gellum takes you out and gives you a tour of the Narkina 5 penal colony. This place is big. I think I told you about the size of the mountain that it's housed in, and the landing platform is this tiny little like dot on the side of the mountain. Almost the entire interior of the thing is taken up by this penal colony. There are kilometers and kilometers of passageways and rooms and transport areas. There are like internal maglev train sorts of things to take you from place to place. It's so big. He takes you down. It's heated from some like volcanic sort of thermal energy deep in the mountain. There's got to be tens of thousands, maybe more prisoners here that are all on a work detail, basically. And even though the stormtroopers that you guys saw were pretty ratty looking in that they didn't look like they had the newest armor and looks like they've been wearing some used stuff, yada, yada, yada. The construction of the colony is impressive. It doesn't seem like super new, but new enough that everything still kind of glimmers and shines and sparkles. It is an impressive facility.
1 second, Ben. I'm going to just ask reasonable questions to keep the conversation going.
Cool.
I am also keeping an eye out for any areas that he kind of moves us away from. We're like, oh, we can't go there. That's, secured. But I'm going to ask some stuff like, hey, how many prisoners are there here? And what do you have them all, doing to keep them busy? And also, hey, this place is huge and you've just got the one tiny docking bay. How does that serve the entire, penal colony? So basically just like pumping him for information, but I'm trying to keep it all very casual, like
Cool.
reasonable conversational gambits.
Got it.
Sorry, Ben, I know you had something as well.
So while this is happening, as per usual, Kristen is not saying much, but he is very intentionally taking a photo of interesting stuff.
Cool.
And so, like, if you pass by a desk with file folders on it, he's just going to take a quick glance and a photo of those. I would imagine there are little emergency maps from time to time, so he'll take photos of those to establish a quick exit if need be, and it's just on the lookout for something that he needs to document. And so how is this something that's fairly unobtrusive? Like, it doesn't have a shutter click sound or anything to it, does it?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, no, super unobtrusive. Cool. So Troy, give me a persuasion check again with advantage. And then Kristen, I basically want espionage here, but we don't have that skill. Investigate.
It's like a stealth or investigate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can investigate.
I rolled identical on my two rolls, a 31. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 17 points of luck to make that a success.
Cool.
Hard success, investigate.
Nice. Okie dokie.
And Varlo's just going to be, trying to gather as much information as he can through just observation. Like he knows that Kristan's, Snap probably recordings documenting things, so he doesn't have to remember those kinds of details. So
Okay.
he's more looking at like the people rather than the facility, like trying
Cool.
to gauge the other workers and what people are doing and what people
Cool.
are up to.
Great. Give me an insight check then.
That's a standard success.
Cool. Okay, great. So Troy, amazing success on persuasion. Asking leading but not extremely intrusive questions, but also I will say not benign questions. So got that persuasion success. You don't tip off Gellum on your Inquisition and get some useful data. Kristan taking the images, hard success on investigation, any files that show up, yada yada. Okay, and then Varlo, standard success on insight. I mean, you guys tell me what you want to know.
Okay, I would one specific thing that I would like is if there's some workstation where some dumbass old person has the Star Wars equivalent
Cool.
of a sticky with their username and password on it.
Totally.
And so once I have that, then I've got like
cool.
infinite shenanigans.
So I will say you can get that. From your past experience that the way the Empire works is siloing security. So basically you would need to be physically inside to make use of this.
Sure. Well, and that's kind of the idea, but having that hacking jump off place and not having to brute force the first step, because my thought is that's the point that can get you caught. Once you're past that initial layer of security, the general assumption of the system is that you have reason to be there.
Yeah. So the way that I kind of interpret it is like in my modern day life, like I have to log into my regular terminal, and then I can do that. And I can do almost everything that I need to. And then if I need to go a layer deeper, then I need to re-enter my credentials or something else. So this will absolutely let you get in that first layer, no problem, automatically.
So all of my leading questions are really kind of pointing towards what exactly are you building here? And if there is a point where like we are briefly alone, I'm going to go ahead and increase the flirting, lean in, give him a kiss, and then use sense right when I do that. I'm pushing for advantage here on the flirting hard and being willing to make out with this guy. But I want to probe deeply into his thoughts to find out exactly where whatever they're building is being built and how to get there.
Cool. Yeah, definitely give me a roll with advantage.
And I'm spending 4 points on this. The 8 points, my understanding is 8 points is like to find something that is psionically buried.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's not a something that will come up very commonly at all.
Right. Okay. 58, that is a success, but not a hard success.
Cool. Okay, so okay, so the thoughts that you get are, he's like, I'm totally scoring tonight. Like this is done. This is awesome. This is great. Getting lucky. It's like, oh yeah, like this guy and his people are nice. Like they're very friendly. So the penal colony has been a work colony as long as he has worked here. It has not always constructed this specific thing. And actually, cruising deeper into his thoughts, you understand that there are 3 products that the penal colony is constructing. The one that you've all basically gotten the information about, and the one that Ani seems to care about, he understands I don't think it's going to add materially to your information, honestly. He understands it's for a structure. They come and pick the things up periodically. They go somewhere else, right? Like, he doesn't know where. He is a Lieutenant JG in charge of bribery. He doesn't have a lot of the high level knowledge about what's happening here. So yeah, that's what I can think of. Tell me what else you want.
You said they're constructing 3 things. What are the other 2 things?
The other 2 things.
Or if they're completely irrelevant and you don't have them, I can pick them up later.
They are, they don't seem to be relevant to what Ani cares about. So it looks like there's some kind of speeder parts, and some kind of transport, like land transport parts.
Okay. This is a question from me regarding what Ani is looking for. Do we need to get to wherever this thing is being built off site and get a picture of that? Or is
Nope.
it a picture of the parts that they're putting together here?
Yep, a picture of the parts.
Does he have access to that?
I mean, you guys walk right past it, and Kristan like turns, click, click, click. You've got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he like tours that, he shows us that on the tour.
Exactly.
Like, look at
Yeah.
what we're
Like
doing
there's
here.
there's this big workroom that's like 30 feet depressed from the kind of viewing port. There's a bunch of tables in there with a bunch of prisoners all assembling stuff. You kind of watch like a whole cycle of them building things. You see like all of the pieces, parts that you guys know are going into this place. You see those coming. The prisoners are putting it together, put together this like 6-sided structural thing, and then like lock it in, and it goes up. Kristan, you take a bunch of pictures. Yep, no problem. Done.
Just a second here. You guys can carry on. I'm looking something up real quick.
Cool. Yeah, Varlo, on that insight, what did you want to get?
He was basically looking for, like, he was, while they were looking at the facilities, he was more looking at the people and like the sort of the flow of people. Yep. Like, are there certain areas that like obviously the manual workers, the prison workers are going in certain places, and like the stormtroopers are going in other areas, and he's trying to get sort of a read on like, if we, given that we've been touring this place and we are planning, like our plan is to get out of here before Troy has to spend the night with this fella, is that he wants to try to like see if there's any maintenance crew that are taking maintenance access passageways, or like any ways that we can maybe get ourselves out of here.
Oh,
he wants to see like less trafficked spaces. Like,
okay,
lots of people are going over here. We'll go over there where we're not going to run into a bunch of people.
Cool. All right, let me think about that. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. You guys can strategize what you're going to do next.
Cool. So we definitely
See my
are
screen?
planning on. Look at that. Yeah.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so once we've got this information, I am just gently making touching my red shirt and making eye contact with Kristan.
All right.
Okay.
Got it.
And now I'm going to go and refill my drink, unless we really need. I think we got what we want. This might be.
I think we've got what we want. We just need to figure out how we're getting out of here and getting you away from that guy without it being like.
I think we just activate, or Kristan activates the notification from the secure comms, and we're like, oh no, we're going to have to go. I will be back, Galen. I promise. Okay, I'll be back, guys. I promise.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, so on the insight check for Varlo, some of the stuff that you wanted would be more of a security check or some kind of other related skill, but I'll give you what you get on your insight, which is The prisoners here are largely constrained by the physical space. The number of Imperial personnel is a fraction of the prisoners. It is really insufficient to police this space effectively without the physical controls in place. The vibe that you get from the prisoners is, I mean, it's a work colony. So they're, fed reasonably well. You don't get like a ton of discontent from them, but you also get the sense that they're not excited to be here. And the Imperial folks, the vibe that you get is like, they're a little bit like, what the hell? Like, what are we doing? Almost. It's like, we're this penal colony, these people are here. We don't really care. We're like on the outer edge of the empire, this is not a plum gig, basically, for the Imperial personnel that are assigned here. So
yeah, this isn't like a job anybody particularly wanted.
Exactly. I would not describe the situation as a powder keg. It's not like, oh, the slightest thing is going to tip this all into chaos. But you also get the sense that if you were really determined or really clever or really lucky, you could make things go seriously crazy in this place.
Gotcha.
And then go ahead and give me a perception check for all the security related stuff that you wanted.
Whoa, just barely, but I got it. Standard success.
Okay, cool.
Just barely.
Great. Given the fact that you have to take the maglev transports and the size of this place, it would, if there is an alarm raised, it would not
We're
be
in
practical for
trouble.
you to escape. They're going to catch you.
Gotcha.
The only way that you could successfully escape is if you're in like the audience area where you guys initially were. But like once you
like
get into the
way
penal
up at the
colony,
top.
yeah, you're stuck. They can lock everything down. They can isolate the different security nodes, close all the security doors. I mean, Kristan may be able to override some of those things, but like then it's a fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a prison after all. Like,
Yeah.
it's meant to
Yes.
keep people inside here.
So
Exactly.
so after getting the photos of the thing, Troy has gestured to his like deep burgundy tie, which
is actually true. Hang on.
Is it an ascot maybe?
I think it's just a shirt underneath, but I don't know.
okay. Well, whatever it is, I recognize the color. In fact, the Iron Man style graphical user interface flashes across my eyes, safe word engaged. And so reach into my pocket with the communicator and hit the send button on the secure comms, and basically what it's going to say is the equivalent of return to planet immediately, all caps with 3 asterisks on each side. Bring all recent cargo records for emergency meeting with asset protection and employee resources.
Cool. So Troy gets that on like his communicator.
Yeah, on his secure comm, like it goes berserk.
All right. I'm like, wait for one moment. I need to take this. And I take out my communicator and so is this text-based or
Yeah, it's
text
all right.
based.
Does this come to all of our phones or just to Troy's?
I think it's just Troy's.
I think
Okay.
just to Troy's, because he's the one handling
the
cargo itself.
So when I accept this message, I'm not gonna like turn the screen to show it to the guy. What's his name again?
Gillum.
Galen. I'm not going to like deliberately show Galen, but I'm also like I'm gonna do, one of these, and if he's trying to like get a look at what's on my screen, it should be trivially easy for him.
I don't think he is.
We need to go. Galen, I am so sorry. This is an emergency that unfortunately needs to be resolved right quickly.
Are you in like a separate room with him right now, or are you in here with all
No,
of
you
us?
guys
Is
are
it
all
like we're
together.
all-
You're
Yeah, I
still
think at
doing
this
the
point we're-
tour. Yeah, walking around the column. This thing is big, right? So it takes like it's an all day shebang.
Mhm.
Can we take a rain check on the remainder of our delightful evening together?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys have gotten enough rolls at this point. I'm not going to call for a roll for this. You can absolutely
This-
slide this through.
This would be a shitty time to fail that persuade, not have enough
This
luck to
really
push it,
would.
and be like, well, I guess we live on the prison colony now.
Yeah, I mean, you got the success when you were like messaging him. You got the success here. I'm fully letting that ride.
All right.
So we're just like profusely apologizing and be like, we gotta pick this back up another time. We'll totally come back. Totally, definitely, absolutely coming back.
100%.
100%.
What's this guy's appearance, if I may ask? Maybe I do swing that way.
He's a young dude. He's like in his early 20s.
Sorry, I wasn't clear. What's his appearance score?
Oh, his appearance score. It's like a 40. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't swing that way. Not for a
If he
40.
was like in the
I mean,
90s or something,
he's
maybe.
He's probably spruced up a bit.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah. He's
Normally
wearing
he's a
his
40
cleanest
right now. He's
uniform.
about a 45.
Obviously
'Cause
ironed it
he's
this
tied it
morning.
up.
All right,
Yeah.
can we get out of here? Can
Yeah.
we-
You guys
Well,
can
yeah,
totally get out.
Yeah, we're just gonna bail on this poor guy.
Yeah,
and have a good
plausible cover
time.
story. You did your deal. He gives you the credits for the spices, which obviously you're gonna have to pay back to Ani because she like fronted you the money for it, so it's kind of a wash
Did
for
we
you.
did we make any profit on that or on the drug deal?
No,
Okay.
not a material
Not
amount. Like you made
appreciably.
enough to keep Bartleby
Sure.
kind of flying, but not like really
Not bumping. It's not
credits.
bumping our credit score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, is that kind of how you're going to handle like
Yep.
getting money? Is by okay, cool.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys get back on the Tranquility, take off, and head back to
Bartleby, go,
Texas.
go, go.
Touch it.
And it
Cool.
makes sense that we're leaving in a hurry because it's an emergency thing. We
Right?
got called
Yeah,
away for.
you
We
gotta
gotta
have
rush
this-
out of
this
here.
thing, this rush job.
I gotta say, we actually did really well overall there.
That was remarkably successful.
There's a lot of good rolls.
And we did have a lot of key rolls go in our favor.
Well, and some judicious applications of luck to bump it to
Yes.
That too.
successes and or next tier successes.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys get back. So I have two things. One, what are you doing with that Imperial camera droid? Does someone just want to add that? Chrisanne, do you want to add that to your inventory? Okay. I'm gonna take it
Yeah,
off as a note
we
for
could-
myself.
We could totally use that in some situation later.
Yeah. You guys get back, report back to Ani, share the images that you get. She is ecstatic. She says, I'll let you know when the next step is. Varlo, she sets up a date with you to spend some quality time. You guys otherwise are successful. Kristan, you've taken a leave from your job, I gather, or are you still doing it like remotely?
I think at first I it was a leave. I don't know how long that period possibly is. I'm imagining the Imperial FAMLA is not super great. And
Yeah.
so And so what I'll do is like create a an authorization for remote work.
Cool. Yep, no problem. You're able to keep in touch enough to at least cover for Bravno, your boss.
And
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys who's automated a lot of his job.
Right.
And so
Yep. Cool.
Because I don't remember the original genesis of this. Were we getting paid for this? Were we doing it just because it's the right thing to do? I legit don't remember.
My recollection is that you were all basically recruited by Ani because of your various disgruntlements with the Empire, and she was like, look, you want to do something about it.
Perfect.
And this
I just
is
wanted to make sure
step-
that was
step
the
one in doing something about it. So you're not going to get rich off of this, that's for sure.
No, but I mean, she gave us like a piloting module, secure comms. Like we got stuff out of this too. So cool.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And I did want to just double check on one thing because I have it differently in my notes and I just want to clarify. Originally, I think we had it as like Varlo's like flaying was at someone else who introduced him to Oni. Do we want to just kind of wave it off and
Really?
it's like
I'm sorry.
actually Oni?
Okay. I thought it was...
It's either way is fine with me. I just want to make sure I'm consistent in my own head.
Yeah. I had it in my head, it was Ani, but
So I mean that's fine with me. If we want to just have it be Oni, like
Yeah.
that's chill with me.
yeah, if we can, that would be great.
Just like minor retcon to make that because that would
Yep.
also tie things in a little easier, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Does this mark the end of an adventure?
This marks the end of an adventure, so we need to do rolls for skills.
I wanted to ask about something about that because there's a note about if you are working with someone who has a higher skill than you, they can roll their instructor skill. And if they succeed on that, in addition to you, or rather, if they succeed on that and you fail on your skill check, you get an additional +1.
Yep.
Is that something that applies to us as a group? Like when we wrap up an adventure, can we help each other with our skill checks? Or is that more like if we're actually going and hiring someone to assist?
Okay, let me read the rule first.
Sure.
The implication in my head, if the character is working with someone who has a higher skill than theirs, so for example, persuasion, I think Troy could have Varlo roll his instruction.
That's
because Varlo was
literally the reason that I was asking.
Yep, because Varlo was
Cool.
coaching Troy for that like text exchange with
Oh, okay. So specifically, if when we're doing this, when we're using the skill, we have someone who's kind of helping us along to give us advantage.
that's or just like narratively
Right.
is this person helping you to do this thing and like chiming in like, no, don't press with if Chris.
You're going on and
I
off.
know
of
my
me.
cat
Yeah,
is
it seemed,
fucking with the
as
keyboard.
soon as it started going on and off, I'm like, this is a cat. I know it. It's like on off, on off.
So you guys tell me, right? Like what in the narrative of the
Right.
game
Gotcha.
where you were like, oh yeah, no, like this other PC was helping / teaching me to do this thing better. That's kind of what my intention for that was.
That makes
It will
sense. And I
be
think
a
moving forward,
very low odds chance that I ever help anyone with anything. My instruction is a 6.
yeah, but it's still there.
It's a non-zero.
Well, but and then that gives you a chance to roll instruction, which you can tick and then improve, right?
Right.
got it. Yeah, so I will gladly do that. I will try and roll instruction to try and help.
And I think then moving forward, guys, especially since it looks like it's going to be, multiple games in between wrapping up adventures, we need to keep notes of when we've used a skill in a way that should allow someone to serve as an instructor. I believe that Christian coached me on some of the computer work. I am not sure what I helped people with, if anything.
trying to remember.
But the stuff that I might have would have been insight, maybe. Although that's not really like a coachable, generally sort of skill.
I mean, you guys figure it out and tell me. I'm not being proscriptive. I'm trying to give you freedom with this.
Yep.
I'm also
Could I make a recommendation just for this time through? Since we didn't really pay super close attention to how these skills were being used in this context, maybe allow each of us to pick 2 skills that we can help someone else, or conceivably, roll instruction and help someone else with. Does that make sense?
I mean, I honestly, I'm like 0 to infinity. Like if you guys are like, oh wait, didn't we do this? I'm fine with that. So I would rather you guys recall the narrative of the fiction and discern it from that rather than be like, oh, I'm just going to choose 2.
Yeah, I mean, Kristan definitely was like helping Troy with some computer stuff at one point earlier for sure.
Cool.
Like
Yep,
it
I love that.
narratively, like definitely was helping.
Let's
so how do you
so
want to do this?
looking through the list, let's just talk about each skill that we used and see if any of us recollect a time like when someone might have been assisting. Does that make sense? And Eric, if you don't want to be part of this,
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
okay, cool.
I
So
didn't actually
accounting,
use any
I've got a
skills.
check mark in accounting, which I know was a failed accounting check.
I mean, that's legitimately something that Chris
Yeah,
Stan
Chris Sand
could.
would help with.
All right, do you want to roll? And Barlow, did you get a check in accounting?
I did not. So I only have 5 different skills rolled. It looks like, at least that I've marked. I did not mark very many different. I rolled the same skills a bunch of times, but I did not roll a
Yep.
bunch of
Yeah.
skills. It seems.
Well, why don't
Well-
we just let's just keep on going down. So accounting, so roll instruction,
All right.
and then Troy roll your accounting.
Actually, so is this something that I could use luck on?
Sure.
Okay. So I'll so I got a 22 and need a 14 for a standard success. So I'll use my 8.
Cool.
All right, I failed my accounting check and it's super low. And the instruction gives an additional +1, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I get 10 points in accounting.
Nice.
All right, animal handling, did any of us use it?
Nope.
Appraise, did any of us use it?
Nope.
I used athletics, and that was, I believe, as part of my attempt to grab Kristan.
Yep. That was you guys scrambling over the mountain.
Yep. So I can attempt to instruct Kristan in, hey, here's what you should have done there, and just kind of backstory that as we mentioned it while it was going on.
Sure.
All right.
Instruction is also 6. Nope, no luck.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what we rolled, because I feel like I might have missed a roll there or missed marking down a roll on that where we were like falling off the cliff, because I was the only one that didn't fall. I like succeeded whatever check we had made for that, but I don't know what that check was. It might have just been a straight dex check or something.
I really believe we both rolled athletics there, but I could be off.
Okay, I mean, I have like a reasonable athletic score, so that would make sense as to why I passed that check.
All right, I failed my athletics attempt, so I got 12 skill points in that. And
Let me see if I fail mine. I failed my athletics as well. So what is that an improvement to? Like, what do we roll to improve?
so it depends on the current score. If your score is 0 to 30, you get 2d8. If it's 31 to 70, 1d6. If it's 71 to 90, 1d4. And if it's above 91, 1 point.
Got it. Right. Let's.
And what I know athletics is potentially strength or con. What's the starting value for that? Because I
It
don't think I,
starts at 1/5.
okay.
And it's whatever's the better of athletics or con
Yeah, so that would be so
or strength
that
or con.
that was the one that I wasn't able to attend because it was during my training. And so I know I rolled it. I don't know if I
You definitely
succeeded or
failed
not.
it.
I know
Okay.
that you didn't. I know that you did not succeed because
That was
I
why
had
you
to,
got forced
out
levitation.
myself as a force adept to save you.
Okay.
You should be able to. You should be able to
Yeah,
roll to improve
basically
that.
what
Yeah,
happened is you and Troy both fell, and I caught Troy, and Troy force caught you.
That was
Yeah.
it. Yep.
I just rolled to improve it. So and it's a low enough skill that the okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I made the
minorly
roll.
improve my.
Okay, so you
Minorly
get
improve
2d8 on that.
Yeah. Well, no, it's 10. The yeah, I think
Yep.
it's one of those that. Let me look at the rules again
So you
because
said it
the
was the. Just remind me. I know you just
yeah,
said
it's
it. But you said
2d8. Yeah, it is 2d8.
2d8
So
if it's under 40.
yeah,
So here, let me just go ahead and copy this into chat. Give
Yeah,
me
I was
one
like,
second.
I know it was. We had a document for this, but I'm not finding it.
okay, that was
There you go.
a 9 increase in athletics, so that's
Nice.
pretty legitimate.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All
I
right.
got
Did
18
anyone
points
use
increase in
build
my
repair?
athletics. Mm-mm.
No.
No. All right. Anyone use computer? I think we probably all
Yep.
did. Right?
So
And
I did not make any computer checks because I was like, you guys were way better equipped to handle that, so I just didn't. I didn't do it at all.
That's another
Alright.
one that I could instruct if you. So I failed my improved computer roll because it's so high.
all right, you want to make your instructional check?
Sure.
So would that only probably be applicable to Troy because I'm not rolling to improve my. I'm
No
not rolling to improve mine because I
failure
didn't roll
on
it.
that one.
So
All right. I failed my roll, so it does improve, but this is a 43, so it's going to improve by 1d6. 6. I am on fire tonight.
nice. Yeah, I got a 2 on my athletics 1d6.
Credit rating doesn't improve. I did make an attempt at demolitions. I think that it was to try and figure out if we could actually manage to destroy this penal colony, with the answer being not with your demolitions score.
Yeah.
So let me see if
I
I
do-
fail
I
that
do
one.
recall that.
I failed that one, which I knew. Hey, I learned a lot about demolitions while failing that though. 14 additional points.
Hey, there you go.
All right. Disguise. Did anyone use disguise?
I like in my head I had tried, but
Yeah,
I think that was I think
Sam,
that
I
was-
really feel like you used more skills than what you
Well,
marked off.
So the disguise I recall being what Eric had me roll for the droid thing I did. I'm trying to remember the specifics of it because I've got a check mark on it. And I don't know if that
I think
entirely
if you've got it
applies.
checked, but you don't have a clear recollection, just roll it without instruction. once
Okay,
more.
that's cool. All right.
like not like in my head I was like I thought we had disguised something like I disguised myself at some point, but I
think that we talked about it quite a bit and then ended
Yeah,
up
I don't
all
think I
being
actually-
like, well, my disguise is 8. Do we really want to
Yeah.
rely on this?
yeah, I think that was the conclusion. I was like, my disguise is 12. So
Right.
I think that was the conclusion. I was like, better not to rely on that.
Were you able to bump that then?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Another 9 to that one.
All right. Dodge. Did anyone use dodge?
I don't think anybody used dodge.
Drive land vehicle?
No.
Diving?
No.
Electronics?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. He
And
didn't.
did not fail the roll on that one, so it does not improve. That is well, it's a high number, so
Yep.
rolling above 70 is not
That's
the
always going to
easiest.
be tough. Fighting? Did anyone use any fight? I don't think we used any fighting skills, did
I
we?
don't think we used any fighting.
Firearms?
Nope.
First aid?
Nope.
Insight. I've got a check in
Definitely.
insight. And I don't think that that's an instructional skill.
And I didn't use that. And so that is
Oh,
something
actually-
that
Hey,
the two of you had more of a chance to do that well.
actually failed my.
Oh, I
insight.
did not fail my insight, so that does not improve. Okay,
Oh,
Eric,
that's-
question. Because we've now, at least some of us have attempted to use instruction. Does that apply to improving instruction now,
Yep.
or should we leave a check mark?
Okay.
Let's apply it now.
Well, damn.
Does anyone want to attempt to use instruction to help teach someone instruction? I
All right.
think we should all attempt.
I call shenanigans.
So
Pedagogy?
I have
Anybody
yet
take
to
pedagogy?
actually. We
So
haven't gone through the list, so I haven't actually tried, but I am going to use instruction to try to teach
With-
Troy persuasion. So can I roll now?
With
at
a
this point?
90.
Okay.
with a 95, I failed instruction big time. Oh, and
Hey, with a
fif-
94, I failed instruction big
All
time.
right.
and a
You might
fif-
get good at this. God damn, that's the
15 to
second
improve.
14 on
Oh,
2d8.
That is going to be useful. 15.
All right.
So
Well, with
29.
a 16,
Jesus.
I still
15
failed
on
my
2d8?
instruction.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Let's see how I fare. I got 6 points
Nice.
to my instruction, which
That's
to be
still
fair,
Yeah.
doubled it.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a 6 and went to a 12.
All right. Intimidate. Did anyone use intimidate?
Nope.
Investigate. I know that I
Yes.
have a check in investigate, but we used it so many
Yeah.
times.
Well, and all right. And so I actually failed my investigate, so I get to improve 1d4 on that.
How high is your investigate?
It's 74.
Can you justify training me on that?
Sure.
Under
Just
I mean-
what were the circumstances?
Mostly we were using investigate, I think, while we were, God.
for me, investigate is data collection.
Yeah,
Like,
I recall you guys doing it independently, not like collaboratively.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
That's
You're
cool.
being really generous anyway with
Yeah.
the allowing us to use instructor. So
All right, and
I
so that's a
found
2
where I
on
had
1d4.
marked-
So now I have a 76 investigate, which is pretty sweet.
all right, I failed my investigate, rolling my 2d8.
Very
Let's see if I can get another 14. Oh,
also
a
failed my
4. Bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's good. I failed my investigate and I rolled a 7 and an 8, so that goes up. By
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
I almost doubled my investigate from 20 to 35.
That's fantastic.
All
right,
Also, I
law.
did just find where I had marked down skills that I used that I didn't put on my sheet, and I did try accounting at some point, apparently.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go roll my.
And that should be one that that Ben can attempt to instruct on.
All right. I definitely failed it by a more than double the number. So
Okay.
I only have 20 accounting, and I rolled a 51.
And what is it I'm trying to instruct on right now?
Accounting.
Oh, accounting.
just
Okay.
well, you roll your instruction though.
Yeah,
Okay.
you roll instruction to see if you can help me with accounting. And I guess this would be pre-improvement on your instruction.
Right.
Okay. Well, I got
No
8
dice.
points to my accounting, so it went from 20 to 28.
Okay.
If I
Law?
recall correctly, my use of law was trying to recollect something about specific smuggling laws. So that doesn't seem likely to be
Trainable. Yeah.
instruction. Anybody else improve law?
I did not.
I did
Let's
not try-
see
I did
here.
not make any
Ooh,
checks for law.
26. I think that still fails. Yeah. All right. I learned 6 points of stuff about the law. All right,
Hard to
mechanical
read the law
repair.
and
Anyone use
calculate it.
mechanical repair?
I did, and I did not fail that roll. So the 70 mechanical repair does not improve, which
Okay.
I-
Medicine. Did anyone use medicine?
Nope.
Native language.
Nope.
Perception.
I did, but
Nope.
it's gonna be hard to improve this. So
I did also. It's going to be easy to improve this.
I rolled a 94. I did
Ah!
improve it.
Holy shit.
It would be really
Ooh.
hard to not improve rolling a 94.
Almost doubled my perception from 14 to 26.
Hey,
nice.
nice. All right, D6, don't fail me. 5. All right.
Dang.
I am down with that.
Nice.
My perception went from a 75 to an 80.
Nice.
Here's-
Mine went from a 24, I'm sorry, from a 14 to a 26.
There's great value in attempting some of these
Yes.
low-level
Yeah, no
skills.
kidding.
This is why I have a bunch of skills that are really low level and that I'm always trying to find ways to use them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, persuade. You were gonna assist me with instruction on persuade, Varlo?
Yeah.
Come
What is
on.
your I mean, I assume my persuasion's better than yours. 30?
My persuasion is 14.
And
Yeah, it's
I
more than twice.
I
yours.
actually succeeded persuade today with
All right, so-
Ani.
I'll
and so-
roll my instruction skill, and this is I'm gonna go with pre-improving it just now because that was
Yep.
then.
And
So I need to roll a 6 to succeed this instruction check. We'll see.
You got a 6% chance. Come on.
easy failure on that one.
The 10s
And
dice flew off the table, but I rolled a 5 on the 1s dice, so it's possible.
Possible.
See. It is, in fact, possible. I rolled a 5.
Holy
So that
shit.
gives a +1 bump on the skill, right?
Yep.
All right.
nice.
That's amazing.
That is frankly amazing.
Whoa!
So
I rolled a 15, so that'll be a 16. So
And-
that
That's
Oh,
more
good.
than
what?
doubles my persuade.
God,
Wait, no, what was your persuasion? Was it 14?
It was 14.
I caught you up to me because my persuasion is 30 and that just pulled yours up to 30.
That's
So I got
fantastic.
you. That's perfect. My instruction just brought you exactly up to my level. Beautiful.
all right. And so
Okay.
my persuasion improved by 10 to 24. And so that's
awesome.
starting
Awesome.
to
We're
become
getting better.
legitimate.
We're all moderately not terrible at persuasion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. Pilot. Did anyone use pilot?
No.
Read lips.
I did. I used read.
Yeah?
I did not mark that, but I did. I do.
did.
No, I
Yeah,
remember. I
I
remember
remember you
Bar-
vaguely.
It was in the bar at the first
Yep.
session. We'll see. We'll see if this works. Ah, so close. No, I have a
Good
55
there.
read lips and I rolled a 52, so I did
Oh,
not
man.
fail it.
All right. I'm assuming no one used ride at all.
No.
I've got a couple of science skills that I use that I'll see if I bump. I'm pretty sure I do. But there's no way to justify instruction on those. Anybody else have science? I'll come
I
back
have
to
no
those so
science
I'm not
anything.
wasting people's time. Sleight of hand. Anyone use sleight of hand?
I don't think so. No, I don't have it marked.
Stealth. I do have a check in stealth.
I do. I did. This is one that I could feasibly train.
And I
potentially
feel
train
like
with.
you were
I am
providing
very good at stealth. So I'll roll my instruction check first to see if by some miracle I can teach you. Lightning does in fact strike twice. That was a 1 on the instruction check.
This
I'll
is-
give you a +2 for that because I've also got an adorable fucking kitten, and who doesn't want a +2 for an
That-
adorable fucking kitten?
Love
That
it. Love
kitten
it.
Wonderful.
Is trouble.
All right. Now let me make sure that
Yes.
I fail my
Yes.
sleight of hand here or my
Yes,
stealth.
For real.
Okay, I did fail.
the thing of evil.
Or
Yep,
stealth.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Stealth, not sleight of hand.
Yep.
I do what I
Uh,
want right now. Yes, I see you.
This will be 2d8, and you said +2, Eric. All right.
That
Come
is
on.
amazing.
Okay. Rolled a 7, so that'll be a 9.
All right, let's see if
Nice.
my stealth goes. It's unlikely that my stealth goes up because I've got a 75, but we'll see. I don't know what these dice are magic tonight.
This is the time for dice to be magic, though.
You know?
I rolled a 96.
Holy shit! After a 1,
It was a 1 on the instruction check and then a 96 to fail my really high. Just amazing. I will take it though. I am not going to say no to getting better at my good skills. Let's see. Well, it was a 2 on the D6, so I can't win everything, but we'll take that. We'll take that. Went from a
Second
75
one.
to a 77.
All right. Survival. I managed to use survival today.
You just did.
Anybody else?
Nope.
Not I don't have any more skills.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, I made my survival. Bummer.
Darn.
Throw?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and everybody else is out. I
Yeah.
did use
Yeah.
some force powers, so I'm gonna try sense first. This will be tough. I've got a 62 in it. 64.
Hey, the best kind. Perfect.
6 points in sense. My most
Hey,
useful
that's
ability.
really good.
It
Getting
is.
almost up to that 70 mark.
And I used Force Bolt, 45. 68. That will do it for a D6. 6.
And they
Dang.
roll luck as well.
How does
Oh
that
yes,
work?
and then everybody gets is a D10, right, for luck?
Do we just automatically get that, or do we
Yeah.
roll? Okay, cool.
Do we?
Well, I mean, everyone. Oh no, what? Yeah, I can't remember the rules for
I
luck.
honestly
It
don't
was-
remember either because that was a house rule for you.
I think it was that we like rolled luck. You rolled to see if your luck improved, and if it did, it was.
I know it's a D10 if
That-
it improves.
Yeah,
But you still
every
have to fail it.
session you roll your luck. If you don't succeed, you add a D10.
Yeah.
I did not succeed because I spent a shit ton of luck today.
You sure did.
9 points.
Okay.
I also failed my luck check, which.
All right,
Thank you. I'm
and
glad my luck is garbage.
I am unlikely.
I need
Oh,
luck.
and yep, I rolled an 82. So yes, I do get
Damn.
1d10. Now we can't go above our actual luck score, right?
You should be able to.
Well,
It's
the
all
point, is that
because the original luck
score-
score is just 3d6
your starting value.
times 5.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
your luck score is not an attribute; it fluctuates.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't actually know what my starting luck was because I've been
Yeah.
spending it up and down every session.
Okay. Well, and that's a 9. So now my luck is 81.
My unlucky luck, unluckily, only improved by 3 points. I am only up to 30 on my luck. So
Well,
I'll
and
take it, though.
and so far
I
I've
feel like I
largely
spent all my luck on my other attribute improvement rolls.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I've
and those
largely
ridiculous
rolled
instruction
the stuff
checks.
I'm really good at, and so because we have me hacking and things,
Right.
so
Just
haven't
so
needed
that you guys are aware, because I had this separate conversation with Eric because I didn't want to be cheesy about my skills, but the ruling was it's fine to try to find uses for your low skill scores.
yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, I mean,
Especially if you
I
can make use of them in a point where it's not going to cause like mission critical failure. If it's like
Right.
this is something that's like lower stakes that I can try this thing that I'm unlikely to succeed on.
I
I
have to.
rolled 7 things and improved 4. So I mean, that's
Yeah,
actually
I also-
8, including.
To that point, I usually only call for rolls if there are consequences.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
I'm not going to let you do trivial rolls. In sharp contrast to Make a Stand, where you guys
Where,
can
like,
call for
everything's
rolls
a
for
roll.
trivial
Yeah.
nonsense.
Makes sense.
yeah. I mean, because part of that is the meta game of trying to
Exactly.
bump
Getting
up
your
our
character.
stats
Yep.
to build our characters. So yeah, that totally makes sense.
I will say though, and this is purely the result of super awesome rolls on the 2d8s. The whole take a shit ton of skills at really low level and hope to be able to use them and improve them actually paid off, at least for this particular adventure.
Yeah, we got some
Yeah,
very,
there's
very
still
fortunate
less
rolls.
than like 15% though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
20%. I mean, I don't know. What would you start them at? If they started at like 12, the max you could add was 16, maybe 17 if someone added instruction. Like, I don't know. I continue to maintain, and you can argue with me, which is fine. If you have a skill less than 50, it's not a useful skill in a clutch situation.
I would agree, except for the push rules and the luck rules.
That's fair.
yeah. Getting some.
And
of
I
mine-
did take some of
I
those
do
skills that
appreciate
were
getting some of
basically
mine
like
to,
12s, and they're at 30 now.
Yeah,
Persuade
anything that went up
specifically.
to like ballpark 30 is like
Hang on.
I would try this. Where if
Yeah,
it's
that's
if it's
fair.
in like the 20 and below, I'm like, I'm scared to try this. But
Yep.
if it's at least like a third of the time I might succeed, I'm a lot more likely to try it.
I'm also curious to see what happens though, because you guys, especially Ken, you are burning a lot of luck, and so like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. Like 2 games down the line, you might have like 10 points of luck and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, totally feasible. I guess at this point, I also have
Come here.
a handful of skills that are honestly mainly combat skills that just haven't come up yet that
Right.
I think will be very viable. So yeah, I'm fine, trying and failing, trying and failing, trying and failing, and gradually improving on, the social skills and the knowledge skills.
It's good. I dig it.
I will
Sam, sorry, what were
eventually.
you saying? I thought you were saying something.
Don't know which one of us you're talking to.
I don't know.
I was going to say I will eventually find a legitimate use for Monsters of Thimholland. I don't think that I've ever learned anything meaningful in any game ever from that.
Nope.
Someday.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if you have ever made the check. I don't think you learned anything meaningful.
Oh yeah, I've made the check before, and the answer has always been it's not from Thimholland.
It's not from Thimholland, yeah.
I think like once or twice I got something like, well, there's ant people on Thimholland that are violent and dangerous. This thing also appears to be violent and dangerous. All right.
Cool.
All right, yeah, I think that's it. I will send
If you guys
my
can send me your
updated
updated character sheets, I would appreciate it. And then I'll need to work on some plans for next game.
Cool.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead
Yay.
and like clear out all my little check boxes of things that
Yep.
I have.
Yep,
marked,
already did
so
that.
that's good for next time.
Oh,
Thanks for the game,
and
you
Eric,
guys.
I
That was
think
great.
I think you've answered this before, but I don't remember. How does or how do force points replenish?
Oh, they replenish per what do we decide? Scene or adventure?
I'm fine with whatever. The magic point rule was you get them back 1 point per hour, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty liberal.
Yeah, I think it was this. I think you had said per scene.
Yeah.
So
I think
they
that was
replenish entirely at the end of a scene.
Yes.
Okay. Let me make a note on that too.
I'll update the rules section for that.
And is that the same for magic points in Company of the Ring?
Yes.
I see my I just took a look, Eric, at my Company of the Ring vignette.
Yeah.
Detailed.
Oh, I love the vignettes this time too. That was really funny.
Oh, that was good. I
Good,
love getting to
yay.
see the vignettes. I'm always happy to do vignettes. Vignettes are
Yeah,
so
me
fun.
too. It's a lot of fun. All right, you guys, thanks
Yeah,
for the game, and I'll see a couple
I'll
of you in
see
like 5 minutes.
Yep, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.